Mark was working late, his apartment dim except for the glow of his desk lamp. As he sifted through his files, an old "Don't Listen" voice memo caught his attention. Mark didn't remember recording it, but curiosity got the better of him. He clicked play. Static filled the air, followed by a voice. His voice, distorted but unmistakable. "If you're hearing this, it's already too late." Mark sat frozen, his pulse quickening. The voice continued. "Don't turn around, it's behind you." Heart pounding, Mark gripped the edge of his desk. Slowly, almost against his will, he turned his head. In the dim light, a shadowy figure stood behind him. Its glowing eyes pierced the darkness, unblinking and menacing. Just then, the floor lamp flickered, plunging the room into darkness for a split second. When the light steadied, the figure was gone. But the sense of dread remained. Mark couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Days turned into weeks, yet every shadow seemed to move. Every creak in the floorboards felt like footsteps. He finally left the apartment, hoping to escape the circle of terror. Even after leaving, his life didn't return to normal. Was it his imagination, or had the shadow truly left its mark? Jane was winding down for the night, her bathroom softly lit as she brushed her teeth. She glanced up at the mirror, a normal habit, until her reflection didn't move. Jane froze. Her toothbrush slipped from her hand. She waved her hand to make sure that what she was witnessing was real or not, but her reflection remained perfectly still. Her heart thudded as she leaned in, trying to rationalize what she was seeing. That's when it whispered, "Don't turn around." The voice came from the mirror, low and chilling. Panic overtook her, but against her better judgment, Jane turned. The bathroom was empty, yet chilling laughter echoed around her. She spun back to the mirror and gasped. Her reflection was smiling, not a friendly smile, but something eerie, unnatural. Then the light flickered and everything snapped back to normal. That night, Jane fled the bathroom and hid under her blanket. But she's never looked at mirrors the same way again. Even now, she avoids catching her reflection for too long, haunted by what she might see. Sam lay in bed, struggling to fall asleep when a faint humming drifted through his window. At first, he thought it was a passing car or the wind, but the sound persisted. He looked outside the window and froze. A figure stood outside with its back to him, humming an eerie tune. The humming shifted, morphing into a whisper. "Come closer," it said, barely audible but unmistakable. Sam's stomach twisted in fear. He stepped away from the window, but when he looked again, the figure was gone. Relief washed over him, but it was short-lived. The humming resumed, this time inside his room. Sam's chest tightened as he turned toward the sound. There it was, the figure, standing silently at the foot of his bed. Panic gripped him as he fumbled for the light switch. When the room flooded with light, the figure had vanished. The incident left a deep scar on his mind. Now, he could only sleep with the light turned on. He eventually found a way to get rid of the shadow. But the humming, it stayed. It followed him, sometimes faint, sometimes loud, but always chilling.